We're going to continue talking about the sports that we can play. There's a lot of them, so stick with me. What is this? Good, this is soccer. This is soccer. Do you play soccer? Do you play soccer? Some of you probably know this, but we call it soccer here. Most of you probably call it football. But in the US, this is our football. Right, this is our football, sometimes called American football. Do you play football? The sport is rugby. The sport is rugby. Do you play rugby? My cousin plays a lot of rugby. She's very good. She's very strong. This is basketball. Do you play basketball? Next sport. What is this? Good, this is baseball. Do you play baseball? Do you like baseball? I used to play softball. It's with a bigger ball and I think mostly for women. We were very bad, but I had fun. So, play baseball. I don't like watching baseball. I can never pay attention long enough, but very good. And this is cricket. Do you play cricket? I don't know much about cricket. I think it's more popular across the pond. So, here's one. This is volleyball, right? Volleyball is played on a court with a net, right? This is a net. So, do you play volleyball? I like volleyball because you don't have to be good to have fun, usually. So, volleyball. Obviously, these women are very good. So, volleyball. Here's another sport that's played on a court with a net. This is tennis. Do you play tennis? Oh, this one's fun. This is frisbee, right? Ultimate frisbee. It's played with a disc instead of a ball on a field. My husband plays ultimate frisbee on Tuesdays in the summer. I played a little in college. It's very fun. I'm also not good at it. So, and this is golf. This is golf. I grew up near a golf course. So it's called a golf course, not a golf court. Golf course with an S, golf course. Very good. Do you go golfing? Do you play golf? Remember, golf is played with a club. A club and a golf ball. Or lots of golf clubs. Right, this sport, this is different. This is called horseback riding. Right, so this animal is a horse, and you also might hear it called equestrian, which is a fancy word for horse. Right, so horseback riding. Some girls I went to school with, they did this kind of horse racing. It's really cool. It's really exciting. I think it's called barrel racing. So horseback riding. Very good. Next we have ice hockey. Ice hockey. It's very famous in Canada as well. Ice hockey. So, do you play ice hockey? Here's a fun word. So this is a net, and this is not a ball. This is a puck. A puck. It's like if you take a ball and you smush it. It's a puck. And these men are on ice skates. Ice skates. So ice hockey. Here we go. This is field hockey. This is field hockey. In the United States, field hockey is more of a women's sport, but men and women play it all over the world. I played this in high school for a few years. Do you play field hockey? This is lacrosse. This is lacrosse. Do you play lacrosse? Oh, here's some equipment. This is called a helmet. A helmet. Football also uses a helmet. So a helmet and a lacrosse stick, and I think they use a ball. they also use a ball. Very good. All right, this is track and field. So usually high schools have a track and field team. There's running and throwing sports. So this is a picture of the running sports. Usain Bolt is a very famous track and field athlete. A very famous track and field athlete. And then this is cross country. This is running long distances. You can be on a cross country team for running. So do you do cross country? So, and I should note that track and field and cross country, we would say, do you do track and field? Or do you do track? Do you do cross country, right? We don't say, do you play cross country? It's a bit different because you don't really score points in the normal way people think about it. So some of your children might be really interested in joining these teams at school. So cross country. And then if you're not on a team, you can just do running, right? I go running. I like running. So that's how you would say that. And then for people who don't want to go fast, you can just do walking. Do you like walking? Do you go walking? You can also do cycling. This is cycling. This is called a bicycle. A bicycle. It is also called a bike. This is another sport, actually, where you have to wear a helmet. And I should have put a picture, actually. But, yes, it's very good to have a helmet when you go cycling. You may know Lance Armstrong. He's a very famous cyclist. Moving on. This is swimming. This is swimming. Swimming is an activity, but when you are on a team, you can do swimming as a sport. Michael Phelps is a very famous swimmer. Here are some winter sports. These are fun. This is skiing. There's two I's right next to each other. That's not very common in English. So, right, this is skiing. So, do you go skiing? I like skiing. Not for sport though, just for fun. And then here's another one. This is snowboarding. Snowboarding. Do you go snowboarding? This is ice skating. And maybe I should have put this next to ice hockey, but this is ice skating. Or we could call it figure skating. Figure skating. I also did this for a little bit growing up, for 2 or 3 years. It wasn't very good. Ice skating. Right, here are her ice skates. So, gymnastics. This is gymnastics. I did gymnastics when I was very little. So you would ask, do you do gymnastics? Right, it's not do you play gymnastics, right? It's a bit different. Good. Do you do gymnastics? This is ballet. This is ballet. It's a type of dance, right? This is ballet. My niece does ballet. And then there are other kinds of dance, right? And you can just say, I go to dance class. I do dance. A lot of people like to go to dance studios, maybe in a gym. And it's a good way to meet new people, make friends, go to dance class. I do dance. You could also say, I do yoga. Do you do yoga? It's good for stretching, right? We talked a lot about stretching in our unit. I do yoga. Moving on, these are some outside sports, some outdoor sports. This is canoeing, canoeing in a boat. So this is the canoe. The canoe is the boat. This is called an oar. O-A-R, an oar. The lady is also wearing a life jacket, because if she falls in to the water and can't swim, she will stay alive. Life jackets are important, especially if you don't know how to swim. And then this is called kayaking. I like kayaking, right? We had some kayaks growing up. Kayaking is very similar to canoeing, but there's only one person in a boat, usually, and the paddle, the oar, has 2 Heads. Canoes only have one. Kayaks have two. 1, 2. Kayaks. This is rock climbing. Rock climbing. It's very fun and very scary. I got to go rock climbing a couple times a few years ago. That was fun. So you can go rock climbing outside or inside. And then this is a sport that's inside. This is called powerlifting. Right? He's very, very strong. So powerlifting. So I think this is usually a competition, right? So the sport is powerlifting. Do you do lifting? I don't actually know the terminology. My cousin would know. But usually these are competitions. A lifting competition, maybe. So, moving on. This is martial arts. Martial arts, like karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. Right, so martial arts. And then this is wrestling. Wrestling. This is, do you do wrestling? Many high schools have a wrestling team. Do you do wrestling? And then this is boxing, right? Do you do boxing? This is more of a competition, right? Or a match, a boxing match. So it's one person versus one person. Boxing. Very good. And then moving on to what we call more recreational sports, sports that a lot of people do just for fun, so they can meet people and talk to people. Bowling. This is bowling. A lot of birthday parties are bowling. Do you go bowling? You don't say, do you play bowling? Do you go bowling? Do you want to go bowling? No, I do not. Bowling is so boring. I do not like it. So, this is mini golf. If you remember, we talked about big golf, regular golf. This is mini golf, right? So the courses are usually the golf course. The mini golf course is usually fun. Sometimes there are statues of animals. Here we have some pirates, right? So mini golf. We also have pool. Some people might call it snooker. I believe that's a separate game, actually, in the UK. So this is pool. You might see this in bars or lounge areas. So, and then we also have darts. You can also play darts, another game you can play with friends. You don't have to be very good to enjoy it. So, these are some sports and activities that we can do together. Because remember, sports are ways we can move our body to stay healthy, and sports are usually fun.